There are possible spoilers in this video for late game events in Ni No Kuni. Watch at your own risk. Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to grind XP in Ni No Kuni. There are 3 places at 3 stages of the game you can grind XP. This one is the very first one you get to. As soon as you get the ship, you can get here. Whether you can actually get here straight away, or you will, if you have to complete the Tahiti quests first, I don't know, because it's when you head to Automnia that those quests trigger. But the you want to get to Ugly Duckling Isle right here at the top of the map. It looks like this. It's 3 sets of islands, but you want to be on the bottommost. It's the best one to be at. And you should have your 3 party members, Ollie, Esther and Swain. Ignore the little girl. You'll learn about her later on in the game. So you get onto the island here, and the best place to stand is right here, and then you save your game. I am very late in the game as I'm doing this, as I mentioned in the spoiler part. And then you have a look around. There are 4 places enemies can spawn. It's the 4 different forested areas. You've got the one right in front here, the one there, the one on the left side there, and the one right at the very top. Each of them spawns in enemies. Now you want to stand here right out of the way of all of line of sights, and if no enemies you need spawns, you wrong button, you save your game as I said before, and then you quit the game. And nice quick load, and you load right back into the game. Takes 10 seconds, and 9, 10 seconds, and I'm in. And then you stand here and you look for the right spawning enemies. So you've got on there's a seed sprite, don't need one of them. There's a mite there, you don't need one of them. There's a seed sprite in the middle there. Don't need that. What you are looking for is an enemy called the Toko. And it'll be the only enemy you will have never seen before at this point in the game that are spawned on this island, because the rest of them are familiars that you start with. I'm trying to... Seed sprite, yeah. And a Tumblemare. Okay, so one hasn't spawned. So then you quit again. And you load back in. And there we are. There we are. There's your Toko right there. Now these things are fast, and I mean fast. So the first thing you really need to do is go to text speed and turn it all the way down so it's the slowest moving thing. Now you need to sneak up on it. Now a good way to do that is to find a spell that will what's the word I'm thinking of? A spell that will have text on the screen. I don't know if early in the game there are any. Insight, poison apple, broom broom. Now, a good one to have is later on in the game. You get seek fortunes and seek chests. You seek fortune. There we are. It's telling you that things are there, and then you sneak up behind it. I don't actually know if there are any spells this early in the game that have it. If it was an enclosed area, you could use levitate, but it's not. It's because it's an open outdoor area. So what you need to do is this Toko right here. You need to kill it, and you need to kill it quick. So the first thing you want to do is you want to sneak up on it, get the first hit. Now, then you need to target it straight away and hit it. So let's go with Belly Buster, nice and quick, and take it out. Now likely you'll be doing this at a much lower level, and the best thing to do is to use moves like Cutlass there that Might has. If you use moves like that, or like EXP like this, where you have an animation, you are stopping that thing from moving. It is forced to stay. Alright, and it also does damage to it. So if it's trying to run away and you use Cut Loose, it's drawn back into the centre, unable to run away, it's taken a load of damage, and it's just going to try again. So then you can get your attacks off it. And when you beat it, you get 2003 experience. That can be increased if you have certain hero licenses that you get for doing quests and turning in stamps. So you get all these levels, and it levels up all your friends. Right, and then you return back down here. Now, there are, as I said, there are 4 places it can spawn in. So there's not one there. So you just keep now you've beaten once, throw down a save. And keep looking. There's a Might, Seed Sprite, and what is up there? I can't see anything yet. You can adjust your camera and sort of have a look around. You might see something walking around in the woods area. Seed Sprite spawn. Is that a Seed Sprite down there? Yeah. Oh, I saw some feet in the wood, in the trees. So you want to sort of stay low right by the water so that nothing sees you. There's one, there's a Toko up there, that I can see it. The effect wore off, so let's run right up here while we can. Keep away from them. So you need to... So now you can get... Here we are. You can get Tokos appear with other enemies. So you could, in theory, just attack everything, fight everything. But you don't have to do that. But if you do get chased by something, let it catch you. And then if it's no Toko, you can pause, you can quit game off because you've saved. So then, there we are. Everything gets more XP and levels up. Obviously, starting with low levels, you can easily grind these out. Right, so there's the Toko there. So you just have to sneak up on it, get it trapped maybe against something, and run right up to bind it. Just get it there quick. Now, let's see. Say you have a familiar like this guy here. Can you take it out quickly? You need to... Alright. Now, it's advised not to fight these things at a low level. It's advised something like level 30 for your characters before you start fighting these, because they are pretty beefy. Got a lot of defensive capability and they just run. So you need some decent familiars to fight against it, and you just keep going. So you can also do this. Come here anytime. You don't have to be early level. These are just the easiest to kill, and then that's that. So that's the first type. The easiest type to get to. You until you have the next available transport mode other than the ship, they are the easiest to get to. You can't get to the next set until you are able to fly. If you come here after you visited the town, city, dwelling, I suppose, of Perdida, you have the Veil spell. Hides you from absolutely everything, so you can walk around. Think nothing can see you. They can't see you. They won't target you. You can walk right around them. They can't see you. Nothing can see you. and that so you can walk right up to them without them noticing, get them from behind, attack them. So there we are. That's everything other than the Toko right there that you can find, and just quickly kill them. So you can anything if you find something that isn't a Toko, and you can either run away from it or you can kill it all. Depends if you've got something strong enough. If you've got like an area of effect attack, you can just kill immediately. Like that. Do loads of damage straight away. But you can see the amount of XP they give in comparison to a Toko. 215 versus I was getting 2,500, but I've got XP bonuses. Alright. So that is your first option for grinding. If this is all you can get to right now and you don't want spoilers, I'd stop the video here. If you have the ability to fly, you visited the Sky Pirates and you've met the person who can take you, or the creature that can take you via flight, then continue watching and I will explain the next possible place to grind for XP. Though it is advised you have level 40 to level 50 to do these, because the enemies around them are very, very strong. So the next place you can find Tokos to grind is here in Autumnia. So just is a section of area called Billy Gloat's Bluff on the east of Hamlin. You can get here once you have Tengri, your flying dragon friend. You can land this side where I landed now, or there's a top area right up there where you can land, which is where Perdida is if that ever comes up. Just land here. So all along this place you can find the evolution of Toko, which are called Tokotoko. So they are this way. Now these will also run away from you. They are also incredibly fast and they can spawn pretty much anywhere. They are green. It's easy to confuse these snap ones with them. Everything here after a certain level will run away from you except for the boars. Common place to find them is actually in that one there where that egg is. There's one there, look. So now another case of you can use magic to sneak up behind it. Obviously, as soon as it sees you, it's going to run away. If it runs away, run away from it. Don't chase it. No point chasing it. So you can use magic to make it thing. Or if you have reached Perdida at this time and have spoken with Horace at every place and solved all his riddles, you will have Veil. Makes you invisible to all creatures, as I said before. And you can just run right over to it and it's immediate surprise because it cannot see you. And you jump in there. So you can find one. It's common to find two in this place. You just have to beat them. Easiest way to beat them, Ear Splitter. These ones are incredibly difficult to fight. They are defensive. Everything here just absolutely wails on you constantly and tries to stun you. So it's hard to fight them with everything else around. So things like Ear Splitter are good. They give you 8,005 XP per kill. Again, if you have the hero license stuff that I do with the bonus XP, it's increased. So there we are, everything just gained at least 20 levels, 19 levels. So, you enlighten, level 23. Even your characters are likely to level up once or twice every time you fight these things. They are incredibly strong. But give you loads of XP, and these aren't even the best. So then they can be difficult to find. The easiest way to find these things I've found, well, I can't through all that, is literally to go up and down this place. Start from one end, go all the way around. This ball is going to chase me. Oh, come on, there we are. Sneak up around the back of it, so it can spawn. Oh no. It literally can spawn anywhere, so it even spawns there. So there's Perdida. You can go in here, but yeah, walk here and then walk back. backwards and forwards. You can even do it with Veil on if you needed to. You can get about 1.5 times distance per each Veil that you have activated. And you just walk up and down, looking for them. If you see one, don't let it see you, because it's going to try and run, and then it's a case of trying to either catch it if you're close enough or get away from it so it stops running. And they can spawn everywhere. You just have to look in these... No, not that one. In the forest areas. There's one there, look. So now you can sneak up behind it. They do a back and forth route sort of thing, up and down. So now, this is another case where, as far as I know, you cannot levitate here. But if you have things like Seek Fortune, which activates, and does that, then you can sneak up right behind it and trigger the fight. There we are, there's another one.
Fancy your chances, do you?
So, if you were to just fight it, it has 300 HP pretty much. So it doesn't take a lot to beat, but if you're not very well leveled, if you've not got like high attack familiars, it is just gonna absorb the hits, try and run away, and these things can annoying. These things can just get you stun locked, they can trigger their own animations, and it just causes problems. So
better luck next time.
there we are, beat another one. Everything's going to get a load of levels again. Even every one of my characters leveled up, which is good. The good thing about these things is if you're at a point where you can use Veil, every time you level up you get your MP back, so you can just keep using Veil and never worry about running out of MP, and just constantly grind levels. There's a second one down. So then we'll keep walking all the way down here. They have a chance of spawning all the way down here with that Rabot is. Oh no, it's a Goblin, not a Rabot. So all the way down here, probably go as far as you can, and then turn around and go back, and at that point you're far enough away where anything far enough away will respawn. Then just keep going back and forth. There's an egg thing there. There's an egg roll or something. Egg roll there. So yeah, most things around here can spawn inside these. Is that one? No, that's a snapper. Another snapper there. There's a Laurel Lynx there. Not there, not there. Cannot see anything at the top there yet, so I don't know if it's up there. There's one there. There's one there. Right up the top there. There's one spawned. This can run right at me. They can. I think again they can also appear in these things a little bit more rare because there's a lot more things that spawn around here. But you can get into random fights and find them. They will again still try and run away. So you have to take them out quick if you do find them if you want the XP. And the difference in XP again is pretty drastic. I mean, 354 versus 8005 base XP from these things. The other thing to talk about with these things is they are recruitable. Every stage of these that you can find in the wild is actually recruitable. The Tokos have a recruitment rate of 2% base, so this is before any of Esther's abilities, any of the hero licenses that affect Esther's recruitment abilities. And these Tokotokos, as they're called, have a 1.6% recruitment rate. There's 2 here, so again, immediately get off the most powerful move you can, especially ones that have animations. As long as they're not interrupted, they won't be able to run away and they'll get stuck. Area of effect ones are pretty good because they do force them to stop everything. They can't keep running away when you're using it. So there we are, 19,320 from 2 Tokotokos and a whatever was with it. And they moon dropped apparently. So yeah, dinosaur. Get rid of that. So my Casteros has a really slow XP gain, and that just got a level up. We're doing a couple of these. So from 27 to 34, that's pretty good. 29 to 36, 24 to 29. That's pretty good for a cog one. 27 to 34, 21 to 25, 27 to 34, 24 to 29. Yeah, pretty good ones. So yeah, that's the second stage. They are really quite difficult to beat if you're not prepared, if you've not got something strong enough to take them out. So there is that, and they are second stage. They're grindable for a pretty long section of the game. You can come back here and grind them, and I mean you can get really powerful with them. If you have the right familiars, getting the right amount of levels, they are incredible. They can make you incredibly strong, especially with the levels of Oliver, Esther, and Swain. Obviously, you can get pretty high level pretty quickly without even beating the game. I mean, all these familiars I'm using here are stand-in familiars. Everything except for Casteros or Dinosaur as it's nicknamed, are familiars I've not used throughout the game, and I'm just using them to introduce the fact that you can grind levels quickly. Most of them started at level 1, except for Girly, who was level 14. And they've already metamorphed once, and are still leveling up pretty good. Metamorphable, most of them metamorphable again, but I'm going to hold off until they're all ready to metamorph. And then there's only one other one you can find, which is the TokoCold. But it is in the last area of the game. So major spoilers for that when you get to it. So if you want to see this third and final one, keep watching. But if you do not want spoilers for the end of the game and everything, then I advise you stop watching now until you get to that point. So the third and final place you can find Tokos for grinding is in the Ivory Tower, which is the final dungeon of the game, only available at the very end of the game. Throughout the Ivory Tower you can find TokoColds. Anywhere in the tower you can find them wander around by themselves, or you can find them in battles with most other enemies. Not any... Ooh! There we are. Not with any of the sentries. So, yeah, you can find it throughout the entire dungeon. And if you want to grind them, the best thing to do is to come here, get to the final waystone before the final boss, and run back and forth up and down the available area. So you want to head all along here, and really the best thing to do is to use Veil to hide yourself from most of the enemies, and you just run backwards and forwards between teleporters, and in the area they have a chance to spawn. So there's none down here, so we head... I've been over there, I think. This way. And through here. That's the shortest route you can take to do it. Or you can start at this point here and walk through this area. Either way, this one might be good because it is slightly longer. You can run this way and just run all the way through. TokoColds are the enemy, and like most other, like every other Toko enemy, they will run away from you, and they are incredibly fast. So if you don't have Veil at this point in the game, which it will be surprising, and the only way you would not have it is if you didn't meet Horus and answer all his riddles up to Peridia. monster over here. Oh, Veil is one off. Not there. And just keep running back and forth. You've got loads of different enemies here you could potentially fight, but you don't need to fight any of them. You can fight them. They might have TokoColds with in the encounter with them, but there is a low chance. The easiest thing to do is to just run back and forth between two areas. There it is, TokoCold. Took me a good 40 minutes to get this to spawn. I changed tactics a few times. I found the best way to do it is to literally stay in this area, go from the teleporter all the way around and down, right to the door, turn around and come all the way back up, go through the teleporter, turn around and do it all the way back again. And this is how you find TokoCold. The easiest way. You also find gold TokoCold here. There it is.
Here we go.
Doesn't know I'm here, so you want to jump into the fight straight away, do as much damage as possible before it knows you're there. And there we are. It should be pretty much dealt with. Between you and your team members, a quick hit should just do it. And there we are, we have it down, and then immediately you can see the amount of XP you get for that. And you get 24,017 XP per TokoCold kill. That can be increased a lot more if you have the XP merit award for increased XP. They are also recruitable. There is a 1% chance. So yeah, they are throughout this entire dungeon, the Ivory Tower. You can find them, but if you want to grind them, this is probably the best place to do it. Just going up and down here, though it can take a while, so they're not the most reliable grind. So you just backwards and forward with Veil. Now the other option is you can just go around and get into every single fight you see, and there is a possibility you'll find it. And then even if you don't, you can still take them out and you'll still get some XP for it. So that is the other option. I mean, you can find them in random battles, so you don't have to. You don't have to just look for TokoCold. You can find them in random battles. It will probably take a lot longer, and you'll have to fight a lot more battles to find them. And if you're high enough level, things will just run away from you. So that could also be an issue. Yeah, that is it. Those are the 3 Tokos which you can find, which you can grind off to get XP. You can also get Tokos from them, recruit them. They are recruitable. They have terrible chances. And there is only one other Toko in the game, in the Toko Metamorphosis line. The Tokotoko? That one. Tokotoko. It is not recruitable. You have to metamorph a Tokotoko to get it. So that is your options for grinding in Ni No Kuni. There's 3 options to grind in 3 different places during 3 different parts of the game. That's how you get your XP throughout the game if you feel you need to level up quickly. So, thank you for watching this guide. There are more guides available on the channel. They will also be linked in the description and available on the screen as cards, so you can use them if you need any help throughout your Ni No Kuni game. And until the next one, thanks for watching. Goodbye.